Toastmasters. I learn something new all the time. And one of the craziest things that I learned in New Mexico was that some people are just a little different. And when I say different, I'm pretty open. I'm a very liberal person. I have a very open, liberal family. We were all a bunch of Democrats. So when my assistant said to me one day that her friend Wade doesn't drink Starbucks coffee because he's afraid there's nanites in it that will be activated during the Super Bowl, I went, huh, that's interesting. I've never met anybody like this before. So I ended up meeting Wade. Wade is a wonderful person who has a heart of gold. He's a little off, but he has a heart of gold. He was an Iraqi veteran. He went, he was in the Iraq War. He came back with PTSD, and he is currently trying to get his insurance, he's filed for benefits. Wade is a divorced Catholic, which is really funny in a way. But at the same time, Wade has the heart of gold. He will give you the shirt off of his back. And with that, I learned something new from Wade. Wade honestly believes there are FEMA trains. And this is something I had never heard of before, but apparently this started in the 90s. But FEMA has actually put together trains to start carting people across the country and creating concentration camps in the United States. There are a lot of websites dedicated to this. In fact, there's one called Freedom Phoenix, and the last one is Before It's News. Those are two websites that I found alone with preparedness plans for when the FEMA police show up at your house. Now these stories go on, and you can actually look online on YouTube where they've actually gone to these concentration camps and shown you all of the details of how these concentration camps have been built and they're getting ready for use. Now some of this stems back to some factual things that occurred. In the government procurement process, RFPs are released. It is for public record. FEMA accidentally filled out one at one time for handguns. But it was because somebody selected the wrong code in a drop-down box, but then it got put up on the Fed Biz Ops, then it was immediately taken down. But it was just a clerical error. And because they had ordered some pretty crazy stuff. It was a clerical error, everyone could see it because they removed the RFP immediately and reissued a change. Not a big deal. If you're in the government procurement industry, this happens periodically. Sometimes people try to sell land that doesn't exist, you check the wrong box, next thing you know you're ordering 3 million pencils, you didn't mean that, you actually meant something else. It happens all the time. But FEMA ordered coffins. Now, it kind of makes sense that FEMA would order coffins because places like Louisiana, people float up out of the cemeteries. When there's a flood, people tend to float up. During major catastrophes in our country, when FEMA responds, people die. We need coffins for that. It makes sense. It did not make sense if you're looking at it in a different way. It is if they are preparing for when all of these people die in concentration camps. I do not believe the Nazis built a lot of coffins. I believe there were just big piles. I don't think it was one of those things where they said, hey, let's get prepared and have customized coffins for everyone. However, some people think that FEMA is going to have coffins for everyone who is collected into a concentration camp. Now you're asking yourself, who are these FEMA police coming after? Well, that all depends, because now I've been informed it is not only Catholics and Republicans, it is Tea Party Republicans. Because my mother, the liberal that she is, has married a Tea Party Republican, which makes for some colorful time at home. However, I will say that it's an interesting time, and he is different in a lot of ways. But at this time, he believes that my mom lives in a 250-year-old house, I've probably mentioned before, no locks on the doors because they don't lock anymore. They've been painted shut over 250 years. That the FEMA police are going to come into their house and take him away. So my next question is, if they're coming into the house, are they going to stop and say, Kathy Long, we know you're a Democrat, so we're only going to take him? And how did my mom get scanned in only as a Democrat? And how are they going to believe her? And why doesn't he just say, never mind, I'm a Democrat? I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense. But this is something that's new. Apparently, there are maps that you can see where all the concentration camps are. They are actual places. They are places that Amtrak and most train departments actually run their trains into to fix the trains. They're actually large warehouses. Popular Science debunked this entire thing with Bill O'Reilly one time on Fox News, so you'd think that it wouldn't be quite as exciting anymore. However, Popular Mechanics went in there, or Popular Science went in there, and they explained the entire process and how it's actually repair places, and there's fencing around it because people steal things. It was an entirely new thing. But anyway, I just want to let you know some informational things here for you just in case. Freedom Phoenix, that will tell you what to expect. And this one here called Before It's News actually has their survival guide where you can actually build cubby holes into your house. So when the police start to turn on the bright lights in your town and monitor your electricity, you can hide from them. So you can be prepared. But I have to say, in New Mexico I learned something new, and I'm learning something new every day with my stepdad.